All lads, the Rambos, how are you? पहली बार हम फुटबॉल का एपिसोड करने लगे हैं. As you must see, I'll be a little excited today because
I can tell right now.
पहली बार फुटबॉल की बात हो रही है. क्रिकेट और टेनिस से जरा हट रहे हैं, even though I love the other sport a lot as well. तो यूरोस चल रहे हैं यार अभी मोस्टली. कोपा अमेरिका भी चल रहा है लेकिन मैं ज्यादा यूरोस को फॉलो कर रहा हूँ.
More teams
So,
to English Premier
more
League.
teams to see and
More
I
exciting.
think वरना ब्राजीलियंस भी like कुछ हैं जिनको मैं बड़ा I'm a big fan of some Brazilian players as well. लेकिन आप शुरू करते
Let
हैं.
me stop you and ask you right there. What is the main reason why you would watch the Euros over the?
यार एक तो कोपा अमेरिका के टाइमिंग मैचेस सुबह 5 बजे एक
Since
होता
I
है.
think you're an English Premier League fan, like
नहीं
Liverpool.
मगर प्रीमियर लिवरपूल में ब्राजीलियंस खेलते हैं बहुत ज्यादा. तो
हाँ,
मैं मुझे बस
Nice
फर्क टाइम का ही है. वरना मैच नॉर्मल टाइम में हुआ था. फुटबॉल इज फुटबॉल. आई लाइक फुटबॉल मैचेस. तो मैं प्रोबेबली कोपा अमेरिका भी देख रहा होता. रिजल्ट्स अभी भी फॉलो कर लेता हूँ क्या हो रहा है.
तो अगर आप इंग्लैंड में होता है फिर आप वो देखते हैं.
हाँ वो टाइमिंग का. हाँ मे बी टाइमिंग होती है वहाँ इंग्लैंड की टाइमिंग उसी टाइम पे हो रहा होता है ना. तो अच्छा बस let's talk about Euros now and we start off with sort of because now the Euros are going into more of a what would you say, more of a business end of the
Knockout
tournament,
stages.
knockout stages. So अभी तक बहुत चीजें हुई हैं, incidents हुए हैं. One of the bigger incidents that happened was in the earlier matches, which was Denmark versus Finland, when Christian Eriksen की history ये है कि he played for Tottenham Hotspurs in the Premier League. He's a very good player. He's a midfielder, and अभी Inter Milan में खेलता था. He used to play for Inter Milan, and in Inter Milan he won the title this year, the Serie A. So, the unfortunate event हुआ, he had a cardiac arrest on the match. I guess तुम दोनों did you guys
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
it?
Yes, you told us about it as well. You saw
Yeah,
it then.
and it was a scary moment, but
Very scary.
बचा लिया, बच गया वो. The
Yes,
medics
it's
were
better
good.
be हुए हैं.
And cardiac arrest वगैरह चीज पहले हुई है, लेकिन ये extra big tournament में something like this. But the medics saved him, and he's all good now. He's in the hospital, but he's recovered, so that's good. Another news we can share is you can also talk about it. कि रोनाल्डो ने जो चीज की, the coke वाला incident.
हाँ.
What do you think about that? वो तुम लोग थोड़ा उसके थोड़ा आगे चलते हैं.
He लोग कह रहे थे why did he do that? मतलब कि obviously it's his interest, his own interest. He doesn't like coke. I think his son drinks a lot of coke, so he was not in the favor of having the coke in front of him. So he removed the coke bottles and put water right in front of him.
Yeah.
I think it's a very risky move, but the star power which Ronaldo has, he can do it because I think
Probably he's the only one.
he's the only one who can do it in the world. I guess. कि उसको इतना नहीं backfire करेगा.
ऐसा तुम्हें कैसा लगा? What do you think about the whole incident?
Well,
It
obviously.
took what I'm talking about here is कि अभी यूरो शुरू हुए थे तो मैचेस से ज्यादा ऐसे incidents were taking more limelight than the matches itself.
Well, at a personal level, maybe he did the right thing. He's promoting water over
Yeah.
Pepsi and sugar drinks and everything. But on a professional level, I'm sure he must have signed a contract where, I don't know, I was a bit surprised actually that he, on live press conference, he just moves the bottle and just...
Coke lost $4 billion.
Yeah,
Stock
exactly.
share.
So, I mean, they are getting sponsored by Coke, so maybe he should have been a bit more careful. Personally, maybe I'd say it's a right thing to do, but professionally, I don't think it was the right thing to do. To be
Both
very
of your
honest.
calls will हर किसी का opinion
Mixed
है.
opinions.
So now let's come to the matchups.
Matchups.
सबसे पहले ना we start off के about guess who's the highest goal scorer in the tournament right now.
Ronaldo. He's tied
Yeah.
with Ronaldo at 109.
Yes,
And right now in the Euros he's top goal scorer as well. He has 5 goals. And it's not a surprise, man. It's just unbelievable. He's going into whichever age he goes, he'll still be playing at this level. And
We'll inform you right now that football is Sakib's specialty. So he'll be doing most of the talking here and explaining a lot of stuff to us.
yeah, so ये है कि Ronaldo का basically his international record is now equal of goal scoring with the Iranian player. I believe his name is Ali, and he has 109 goals as well, and Ronaldo has. And Ronaldo will probably score another goal at least in the tournament. So
he might not.
Might not go so high. We'll come up with the predictions which are.
Yes,
So yeah, the whole tournament has been till overall. I've mixed feelings of the tournament in the sense that the matches have been really boring. First of all, I sometimes feel international matches are very boring because या तो हमें आदत हो जाती है लीग चैंपियंस
Best
लीग
players खेल रहे हैं.
और वो एक टीम में बेस्ट प्लेयर्स उनकी ट्रेनिंग उनका फ्लो होता है उन्होंने प्री सीजंस किए होते हैं उनकी ट्रेनिंग बहुत ज्यादा एक साथ हुई होती है so they are into more flows and secondly it's really hot where they're playing these days as well so maybe weather is also combining so level of intensity नहीं होती and कभी-कभी teams भी weak होती हैं क्योंकि अगर आप compare करो if you go to group F Group F was called Group of Death. तो उसमें जो level of matches हुए हैं, every match has been a good match.
Yes,
Even that fourth team जिसको आप weakling कह रहे थे, Hungary,
They gave Germany a scare.
even other teams, they drew with France. They lost 3-0 to Portugal, but they were pretty much in the game till the last, the moment Ronaldo scored and he went on to win a penalty as well. So, I think other groups, first of all, एक जो हम बिल्कुल वीडियो से पहले बात कर रहे थे, I wanted to come up with that as well because I was discussing with them about England and how I hate how the English media portrays that England is the team to beat. They are not the best team. They are one of the most boring teams to watch right now in the Euros. I don't like watching them playing. Gareth Southgate, I feel is a terrible manager. उसकी जो tactics होते हैं, they're boring to watch. There's no fun in watching England play. When I want England to win, why? Because I've sort of after Pakistan, England has been my second home. I lived there for 3 years, so I feel England. Plus, I support Liverpool, so maybe because of that.
Which team are you backing though? Which
I'm
country are you
going to
backing?
tell that when the prediction comes.
Right, okay. But that's a prediction. Who are you backing though? Who's your heart into?
Who's my heart into? I would want England to win because England is my second home here. But I'm being honest about the fact that I hate how England plays.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, I hate how the media portrays their players.
I think the media sort of gives them a love.
उनका एक player 2 गोल करता है, वो गोट के करीब आ जाता है, पता नहीं कैसे उसका होता है वो मुझे समझ नहीं आती उनको.
वो हर स्पोर्ट में करते हैं.
They lift everything up so much, they hype every player so much that it becomes sometimes feels ridiculous कि क्या हो रहा है. लेकिन right now England has a good squad and not like completely नहीं कह रहा कि बिल्कुल ही सेमीफाइनल्स तक आए थे वर्ल्ड कप के. तो it's not like they were completely मतलब मगर they are overrated in my opinion. They are not as good as.
I've been hearing this story since I was a kid that every time we used to hear about England, we used to
66 में वर्ल्ड कप जीते थे एक बार.
That was it.
और तब से बोल रहे it's coming home. It's never come home. So, let's see if it comes home.
They invented the sport.
They invented a lot of sports.
तो
Even
अच्छा
the cricket World Cup recently came home, but that's the time.
ये तो एक अलग डिबेट है. अच्छा लेकिन हाँ तो इंग्लैंड का ये तो इंग्लैंड का ग्रुप भी यार इंग्लैंड के मैचेस आई वॉच मैचेस आई वांटेड टू चेंज द चैनल्स ड्यूरिंग मोस्ट ऑफ द मैचेस दे वर नॉट गुड मैचेस टू वॉच बट इंग्लैंड हैव बीन गोइंग गुड दे वन देयर मैचेस दे यार मगर द टीम टू वॉच दिस यूरो स्टिल नाउ is what I was talking to Usman about पहले क्योंकि उस्मान का भी अभी पिक्स में हम आएंगे तो वो इटली है. इटली has been really good right now. Italy has been in an 11 game winning run with not conceding a single goal in that 11 games.
So Sakib, how did they go from not qualifying for the World Cup to now on this unbeaten run?
So probably they changed. They got a manager change. They got Roberto Mancini, जो Man City का former manager है. उसके बाद Real City में भी managing करता है. Former player भी है. He is the manager now. They sort of did a rebuilding phase, and they have some really good players, man. The Italians have always been.
So what happened in the 2018
It's always qualifications. I even know अभी बात भी करनी है लेकिन कुछ हुआ होगा मैचेस को ड्रॉप क्योंकि क्वालिफिकेशंस आर वेरी टफ इन द सेंस के क्योंकि एक कोटा ऑफ टीम्स जा रही होती हैं सो a team can easily miss out because they can go into a playoff and then playoff में हार गए तो they're out. So इटली के साथ probably ऐसे ही कुछ हुआ होगा. They probably could have lost to a team in a playoff or something. एक बार नेदरलैंड्स ने यूरो मिस किया था. Netherlands have always been a good team.
Very good team, yes.
So इस तरह हो जाता है. इंग्लैंड मिस द यूरोस इससे पिछली वाले previous वाले
2012
they didn't qualify.
yes, they didn't qualify.
So
ज्यादा शौक है.
last
We were
time
actually in the
इंग्लैंड को इतनी हाइप करके इसी तरह लेके आए थे coming home they lost to Iceland. So see
It's never coming home.
yeah still not coming home but maybe.
Maybe
So
one
the only reason I want England to win is because it's been a second home to me. I've lived there so it's
Premier League
like,
fan as well.
and a Premier League fan
Liverpool
and that.
fan.
And
But
Liverpool
enough,
fan.
we'll talk about that.
But I am not English football fan. I'm a Liverpool fan. I don't like how English football goes by and उनके managers वगैरह भी इतने कोई खास निकले नहीं है बहुत देर से इंग्लैंड से और but Liverpool I support yes and Steven Gerrard is my all-time favorite.
So yeah, I was apart from Italy, which other teams do you think will be?
Yeah, they're very strong teams in the tournament. जो qualify आगे किए हैं. There's Belgium who've qualified. There's Portugal who's qualified. They're actually playing each other. There's England तो है. Germany are they both are playing each other. Then there's France. France are one. The thing on paper अगर आप जाओ ना, I feel France is the best squad in team. On
Okay.
paper they view
World champions.
yeah they're champions and balance wise they have the best team. They have आगे Benzema, Conte in the middle, which is जो अभी Chelsea से Champions League जीता है. They have आपके पास उनका defense में भी Varane है, उनका
Very balanced side.
Balanced
very
side, yeah.
squad.
they're a good team. Rabo, उनका midfield भी एक solid midfield है. Pogba is playing really well in the Euros right now. And bench से भी उनका आता है. Mbappe फिर वहाँ I'm just forgetting Mbappe.
No,
Mbappe
that's-
is
Great player.
supposedly the next great player.
Yeah.
So he is in France. So obviously, you on paper they are the best team. Then Portugal are, because of Ronaldo, you can never rule out Portugal.
No.
Portugal has a good team now. It's not like they don't have a
Not a
good team.
one-man team.
They have Jota, जो Liverpool के लिए खेलता है. They have Bruno Fernandes, who plays for Man U. They have Pepe, who plays for Porto now. He's a former Real Madrid
They
player.
have this supporting
They
role.
have their keeper. Their keeper is actually the guy who's kept them in the tournament right now. People Ronaldo तो कर रहे हैं, लेकिन they
Save
keep
that goal.
Pogba save is the one. But they would have been knocked out if they lost that game. And the keeper is really good. He plays for Wolves in the Premier League as well. And Moutinho है उनका. They have a good balanced team as well. Portugal, they have a good squad. Germany का ये है कि Germany are a good team, but they're inconsistent in the sense that they one day they look like one of the best counter-attacking teams. Pace on both ends. They have very good speed.
Unity, they play with it like a unit.
Yeah, but their defense somehow getting a little older. उनका center back में Hummels है जो I think 37, 38 है. तो
On the downside, like
on the
Spain.
downside है जरा उनका हाँ Spain and Germany बहुत थोड़ी downside की तरफ जा रहे हैं. Rebuilding का उनका है लेकिन Germany will always be Germany. They always have a team. Which Muller ने को statement भी दी थी कि we're not superstars, we're all a team. So they will always be somewhere there as a team. And Netherlands भी इस बार इतनी एक Depay उनका player तो अच्छा लग रहा है. Van Alden who's just joined PSG from Liverpool. वो उनका captain है. वो अच्छा खेल रहा है. He's got 3 goals in the tournament. तो ये जो other 2 players हैं Van Alden और एक Schick है Czech Republic का. They are the second highest goal scorers. He also has 3 goals. So ये 3 goals में बैठे हुए हैं. Other teams ये टीमें हैं जो जरा favorites में आती हैं. Then obviously you have teams because this is football man. This is one of knockout games. Anything can happen. Extra time में जाएगा, penalties में जाएगा.
Ridiculous.
Here, back in I can't remember. Back in I think 2004 or 6, Greece won it, and they beat France in the final. They beat Portugal in the final actually.
2004, I think, was it?
Yeah.
Because we had the World Cup in 2006.
Yeah, and
When
I think they
won.
beat Portugal in the semi-final where Ronaldo cried a lot. उसकी बड़ी famous हुई थी वो video
Yes,
जो
I remember that.
कैमरे में आई थी was crying, and then they beat France 1-0 in the final.
Final.
And Greece, no one knew a player कि उनकी टीम में कौन है. Like they were not famous players जो किसी famous leagues में खेल रहे थे या कुछ, but they won the whole tournament. So you cannot write off teams like Wales,
No, yeah.
Denmark, even Sweden, maybe Czech Republic, which I talked about.
So is it fair to say
Or
that
Croatia,
this is,
yeah,
this
Croatia.
is
we
perhaps
don't
the most open Euro Cup we've had in a while, or yeah, we have.
Yeah, right now I can say it's open because I cannot just say an open winner. Yes, there are teams which are favorites and we will predict them accordingly के favorites होंगे लेकिन surprises तो कहीं भी आ सकते हैं. हम जितनी predictions करें सबकी सब wrong हो सकते हैं because it's a one of knockout game.
Which match are you most looking forward to? Most
The-
anticipated match, which you think?
Portugal Belgium. That's the more because Belgium right now they are going because I think this is their final chance and maybe to the World Cup because this is a golden generation. They have one of the best midfielders right now in the world, which is Kevin De Bruyne. They have one of the best keepers in the world, Courtois. One of the good, really good best. I wouldn't call him best, but one of the very good strikers. Physical, Lukaku. He plays in front. They have good defenders. They have a good team. Eden Hazard, who's been out of form in the last 1 year, 1.5 because of injuries, but everyone knows that he's a class player. So they have a very good team, and they are playing Portugal. Portugal has Ronaldo. So
So is it like the most even contest?
I would say this is the
knockouts,
most
perhaps?
difficult match to call out of
Yeah.
all the predictions.
Which is why you're looking forward to it the
Yeah,
most.
because this I have no idea कहाँ जा सकता है. This can even this can go probably on the day. कि which team did well. Portugal की एक चीज मुझे जो नजर आ रही है, Portugal defensively weak है थोड़ा mid में, and defensively जो mid
Right.
to defense transition है, उधर वो लोग they are conceding goals quickly sometimes.
Do you
So
think they don't have the same I don't mean to question their health or not the health or their physical stamina, but what I've noticed is Portugal initially they score a goal, but then later on before or after the
that's
start
with
of the
every
second
team.
half,
That's because of the weather. The intensity
exactly.
goes down.
So it goes
Because
down.
in a match when it starts, England के साथ भी होता है. England 15 मिनट जब शुरू होती है they look like best teams, one of the best teams. लेकिन pressing सीधा intensity गर्मी लगती है, थकना शुरू होते हो, टीम की tempo slow हो जाता है.
Tempo slow down हो
तो
जाता है.
इसी तरह, लेकिन चलो let's come to our predictions now, and we'll talk about. अब मैं matches I don't like you can ask Mr. Sack to open the matches in front of you.
Help us out.
So Mr. Sack will open the groups matches in front of you, but I'll talk about. I'll not talk about the chronological order of matches. I'll just talk about the match and we'll talk about the prediction.
I'll ask you one more thing. Are you
Yeah.
excited about the match between Germany and England?
Yeah, and I have a very. I am
Thank you,
excited,
Mr. Sack.
but I don't know what will happen.
It's a big rivalry which always is there between them.
It's not. It is a big rivalry, obviously, because of the European structure. But let's see what happens. But I'll start with my predictions. And you know, first match, जो prediction का आ रहा है वो Austria Italy है, which is a very straightforward match. Austria has done good for themselves. But Italy, it's easier.
Can't say that.
I think it's
Either
easier
can
to
be
call
for
that it's going to be Italy who's going to take it to the quarterfinals.
Italians.
And what do you feel about Austria Italy as well?
I think Italy because they're doing really well throughout the tournament. As we see, they're winning the matches and all the stats. So I would choose Italy.
I wouldn't go against anyone who's on a 11-match unbeaten streak.
You don't want to go against
Don't get it. No.
Yeah, I can
So Italy goes through. in
You
your
probably
case.
will go through.
So who do you? Italy plays the winner of which team?
I think Wales and Denmark. Probably yes.
Okay, let's see first. Let's discuss Wales and Denmark. This is a good match because
both our teams are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Wales because of I think Gareth Bale is like the Cristiano Ronaldo, perhaps just lifting the whole team up. He probably will have the experience, will have the passion, and I think he'll do better and lead them better in the crunch moments.
okay, so you go with
Wales.
Wales. And they are last time semi-finalists as well, by the way.
I think I would go for Wales just because Denmark hasn't been playing good in this tournament.
They actually played the last match was pretty good.
Yeah, but before that,
Oh yeah.
they were just
They're not a very good.
not a very good team, but I think Wales has a better chance.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take a limb here on a feeling because Denmark are a little bit on a high from the previous match they came winning in, beating Russia, and they are in that Christian Eriksen zone as well, playing for their player. So I feel they might creep up and upset.
Upset.
No, you can't count an upset.
First
They're
upset.
both equal teams, but I'll go with Denmark winning
Okay.
this match, and they'll get through to the quarters.
Yeah.
Another match which is happening is Sweden-Ukraine. This is also a tougher match because both teams are sort of equalish on their day. Ukraine has a good player, Yarmolenko. Sweden has a very good player, Isaac. They were playing good as well. So take a chance, take a bet. Which team
I
will you
think it will go all the way towards penalties. It will be a
Okay.
draw, and Sweden's gonna win through penalties. It's
Okay.
just a wild guess.
Okay, you went with an extra penalty.
That's okay.
Zyada betting man bन गया. What do you go for? Heather?
I'm gonna go for Ukraine.
Ukraine?
Just on gut feel. But I'm not gonna go into detail whether it will be a penalty or not.
I'll go with Sweden because I feel Sweden is a little better than Ukraine. So अब ये तीन टीमें हो गई हैं. हम अगला जाते हैं मेन इंग्लैंड जर्मनी के ऊपर. अब इंग्लैंड जर्मनी में तुम लोग बताओ तुम लोग क्या लग रहा है. मैंने तुम लोगों को इंग्लैंड का बहुत गिवन यू एन इंग्लैंड पर्सपेक्टिव कि they've won their matches and they've drawn one. Germany has drawn one. They have lost one. They have won one.
For this, I'll
What's
probably go for a
what's-
penalty shootout.
Okay.
And
What-
I'll probably
who's
say
gonna-
Germany will handle the pressure a bit better than England.
Germany has never lost a penalty shootout in England.
So,
Yeah.
there you go.
And what do you?
What's the head-to-head count? If
I don't know. But I don't really care.
Let's not go too much into
But
detail.
England, Germany, what do you feel is?
This is a very tough one. I think it will be even extra mile this time.
This time you went with extra mile, yeah.
I think it will be England.
You feel England is going to
Yeah, I think England will be leading
Just
by
a little
one
bit.
goal.
1-0.
Yeah, 1-0.
Yeah, that's what the English media right now these days call the England team. They're 1-0 specialists. So
think
you went with it.
I went with the media.
Okay, so yeah, I actually surprisingly now I will also I think England are beating Germany.
Oh, come on.
I think England will
Good
win.
luck.
No, I'm
So
saying
Heather is
because
alone on this. So let's see.
You
Yeah, I
said
don't
you're
know.
not an English fan. Back England.
You trap me up.
Yeah, the thing is, England are boring, but I feel England are going to beat Germany. Germany are inconsistent this year. मुझे feeling लग रही है अभी कि they're a little
I have a
inconsistent.
feeling they'll handle the occasion a bit better.
I think it's 1-0 either.
They beat England in a World Cup 4-1 once. I think the South Africa World Cup where
2010.
2010 one. Okay, and चलो अपना इसमें भी कह दिया. I'll give gone with England. I'll be कह दिया England यार, लेकिन मुझे लग रहा है feeling England के जीतने की. It's not like कि मैं जिस मुझे feeling हुई है.
We agree.
लेकिन चलो the next one I'll talk about is Switzerland France. That
France.
feels like a straightforward.
France
France win
2-0.
2-0. Score इतना important नहीं है,
No,
बाकी
no,
score
I'll-
कुछ match
I'll call it out. I'll say 2-0 France.
France.
France?
100% France.
100% France.
I
I'll
don't
also
want
go
to
with
upset
France.
you. I just said 100%.
I'll also go with the France win. अच्छा अब एक मैच है ये जरा because ये भी थोड़ा सा इफी कह सकते हो आप कि इसमें कौन जीतेगा, स्पेन क्रोएशिया. क्योंकि स्पेन क्रोएशिया में भी both teams are getting a little older. स्पेन तो बल्कि उन्होंने बहुत young players भी इंट्रोड्यूस किए हैं इस बार, लेकिन अभी 5-0 जीते भी हैं स्लोवाकिया से अपने लास्ट मैच. बट स्पेन का भी वो है कि they're not now what they used to be, and Croatia is not what the team was they were in the World Cup final they got.
How far did Spain get in the World Cup?
Final.
Maybe the last World Cup.
The last World
Yeah,
Cup.
group stages, I
Group
think.
stages, they were
I
knocked out,
think
right?
the one
Croatia won to
before
the
that.
final.
The one before that, they
So what would
One.
you think?
Yeah.
Croatia, Spain में कौन लग रहा है victorious होने वाला है? ये क्योंकि काफी सा है दोनों में. और ये मुझे लगता है कि वैसे बहुत टाइट मैच होने वाला है.
I think they both sort of play a similar style. Maybe they sort of grind out each other, feed each other out.
Spain ज्यादा passing around.
Exactly. I think
Croatia ज्यादा back पे
I think because of the heat, the Spanish guys will perhaps be able to handle the weather a bit better because they're naturally brought up in those conditions. So I think Spain, just because of endurance,
So you go with Spain. You won't.
I will go for Croatia
2-1 Spain.
because I think they have more experienced players. I don't think the youngsters are going to have that much experience going in that match. So I think Spain will lose.
I'll also agree with Usman here. Croatia, I think, is going to beat Spain. I have a feeling Spain is not going to win against Croatia.
Not by a huge margin, but they will lose.
But let me think first. I think I might do this. Because you know, बोले और मुझे एकदम से उधर ना. I'll go with Spain. I think Spain is going to beat Croatia.
So I guess
You betrayed me
last
at the
minute.
end.
चलो
first
अब
two are against England now. Anyways,
चलो I've gone with Spain to beat Croatia, which is iffy सा है. मैं पहले Croatia सोचा लेकिन चलो. But now the final big match, which I'm also looking forward to watch, is Portugal Belgium.
That's going to be
So-
one hell of a match.
What do you think is
Oh, very tight.
इसमें क्या लग रहा है? Who's going to take it? Will Ronaldo be knocked out?
I think I would. Let me give the prediction. I think Ronaldo is going to play really, really amazing that day. I just had that sixth sense feeling. So I think Portugal. Ronaldo is going to go.
my heart wants me to choose Portugal, but for some reason my head is saying that it'll be a step too hard for Portugal, maybe. So unfortunately, I'll go with. Although I want to be wrong because I am bad backing Portugal, but my head is saying Belgium will win.
I think it's going to be a high scoring match.
Yeah, I think 3-2 Belgium.
I would say the opposite.
Could go down to penalties. This one.
I'll go with Portugal.
I'm
I
happy
think
if you
I
are.
think it might be Ronaldo's day again. So let's see.
I wanted to go.
And
Netherlands.
Netherlands and Czechoslovakia. That's the final match we're going to talk about.
Netherlands.
You feel Netherlands?
I don't know why. This I have no reason at all.
I have the same reason as well. I think Netherlands.
You go with Netherlands? I have a feeling this is going to be a surprise and Netherlands are going to be upset by the Czechoslovakians and Czechoslovakia nahi,
Czech
Czech Republic.
I was going to correct you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was also confused at the start.
and they're going to beat Netherlands and qualify. It's going to be an upset because Netherlands are the better team here. But I feel Czech Republic can make an upset.
Now let's choose one team who's going to win the tournament.
Yeah, just pick up the tournament.
Yes. At random.
Don't you dare say England.
My pick of the tournament is France.
I was going to say that, but not anymore.
Well, I already picked against Portugal.
Yeah.
So
You chose Portugal to lose. So
I'm backing Portugal though from the heart, but if I'm going with my head, oh man, this is France.
you pick France.
France. I think they'll do the World Cup. Euro double.
Both of us have picked France. What do you say, Osman?
I think Italians are gonna get the job done.
The Italian job.
Italian job. That's what I was looking
Good.
for.
So all three productions are on, and we are pretty much now, because आगे की चीजें discussing the quarterfinal, semi-final, we don't know. We know now. We've discussed what the quarterfinal
Yeah.
teams are going through. Then we'll see which team went on
This is
to
gonna
win
be
it.
really interesting.
We have given some controversial answers.
And
Regarding
so many predictions.
Me going with England to win against Germany, and maybe Czechoslovakia beating the Netherlands.
Czech Republic.
Sorry, again मैंने पता नहीं क्यों बोल रहा है यार, मैं पुराने ज़माने में बैठा हूँ, कोल्ड वॉर में चला गया, Czech Republic. But yeah, and you have given your predictions in it. It was a fun day.
Yeah.
Football के बारे में हमने ज़्यादा इसका interactive रखा because
Really.
you guys, as for the viewers as well, both my friends here, they both for me now started to watch football and enjoy the game. And
I can't
really,
wait for the results.
I really appreciate this, with what you guys are doing, watching football, because it's tough at this age taking time out to watch another sport which you don't normally watch. But thank you for doing
Anything
that.
from Mr. Sack.
Anything from
And let's see, and your predictions, maybe, because predictions are predictions, maybe you guys, beginner's luck, and you guys got more predictions
10
than
out of
me.
10.
Yeah, so let's see kya hota hai. It's a fun talk, and thank you guys. And now let's come up with Wimbledon for the next video,
Oh,
the
yes.
preview, because it's coming next week, man. And Heather must be really excited for Federer.
Not really.
Not really?
But
Chalo,
I'm excited.
that's always a He's probably more excited for him to lose.
chalo, let's end it.
We
Usman,
won't give predictions for
let's
Wimbledon.
end this video on a WWE promo by Usman first, and finish it by ending.
Are you talking about the prediction of the first round?
Just
Or
ending the video. Just say a line, any line you want to say. Just say it in a promo.
bring it on.
Get on there.